My girlfriend texted, "I'll be at Jake's tonight, don't wait up." I replied, "Have fun." Then I packed all her belongings and left them at Jake's apartment door with a note, "She's all yours." When she called at midnight from his building's lobby, original post I. 32 male. Still can't wrap my head around the level of disrespect some people are capable of. Been with my girlfriend, 29, for 2 years. She moved into my apartment about 8 months ago. Important detail that becomes relevant later. I'd been renting this place for 4 years before she showed up. The lease? Just my name. The rent? $2,100 monthly, all me. She kicked in $400 for groceries and utilities, claimed she was saving for her business. Spoiler, there was no business. Things got weird about 6 weeks back. She was glued to her phone, going out more with work friends, being distant. I'm not the jealous type, so I figured everyone needs their space sometimes. Thursday evening, I'm making dinner when my phone buzzes. Her, "Hey, staying at a friend's place tonight, don't wait up." Normal enough. I asked which friend. She said a coworker. They were working on a project. Cool. Saved her some leftovers, went to bed alone. Friday morning, she still wasn't home. Texted her. She read it, but took hours to respond. Said the project was intense, she'd probably stay another night. Okay, weird, but whatever. Friday evening, I get this text. Her, "I'll be at his place tonight, don't wait up." Not my friend's place, not my coworker's place. She literally named some dude, told me, her boyfriend, not to wait up while she spent the night at another man's apartment. I stared at that message. The audacity was just breathtaking. Typed back, "Have fun." Then I got to work. See, my girlfriend treated my apartment like her personal storage facility. Her clothes monopolized 75% of the closet. Her shoes everywhere. Bathroom counter buried under makeup and hair products. Yoga mat in the living room, her books on my shelves, these decorative pillows on my couch that I hated but tolerated because relationship compromise or whatever. Time to return all that compromise. Hit up the dollar store for trash bags. Spent the next few hours packing every single thing that belonged to her. Methodical. Thorough. If it was hers, it went in a bag. Clothes, toiletries, that juicer she used exactly once, laptop charger, hair straightener, everything. Found dude's address on her iPad that she left on the coffee table. Looked him up on social media. Typical gym bro posting shirtless pics constantly. Yeah, she definitely had a type. Made 3 trips to his apartment building. Stacked everything neatly outside his door. Wrote on the back of a receipt, "She's all yours. Enjoy the hair products." Her ex. Snapped a photo for my records. Drove home feeling surprisingly light. Called a 24-hour locksmith. Had my locks changed by midnight. Cost $180. Worth every penny. Phone started ringing around 1 in the morning. Her. Sent it to voicemail. She called 12 more times before I turned on Do Not Disturb and went to sleep. Woke up Saturday to 23 missed calls and texts. "WTF did you do? Why is my stuff at his apartment? This isn't funny. Let me in now. You can't just kick me out. We need to talk like adults." I replied once. "You said you were staying at his place. I helped you move in. You're welcome." Update 1. The last few days have been absolutely wild. Saturday afternoon, she showed up at my door. Watched her on the doorbell camera trying her key, realizing it didn't work, then pounding on the door. "Open this door right now. I know you're in there." Spoke through the camera. "You said you were staying at his place, so stay there." "That's not what I meant. You know that. Your exact words were, 'I'll be at his place tonight, don't wait up.' Pretty clear to me. We were just hanging out." "You're being completely ridiculous." "Cool, hang out there permanently then." Full waterworks started, dramatic sobbing. "Please, can we just talk? I made a mistake. You're overreacting." "Nah, I'm good. Have a nice life." Stopped responding. She camped outside my door for 20 minutes, alternating between crying and screaming, before finally leaving. The texts kept coming. "You're so childish. I need my work clothes. I have an important meeting Monday. My parents are going to hear about this. He doesn't even want me here." That last one was interesting. Didn't respond to any of them. Sunday morning, her mother called. "Oh, this was gonna be good." "Hello? What the hell do you think you're doing?" Super aggressive right out the gate. "Sorry, who is this?" "You know who this is? You threw my daughter out on the street." "I didn't throw anyone anywhere. She chose to stay at another man's apartment. I relocated her belongings to where she wanted to be." She made a mistake. Young people make mistakes. You don't abandon someone you love over a mistake. She told her boyfriend she was spending the night at another dude's place. Twice. That's not a mistake, that's a choice. She was going through something. She needed space to figure things out. Great. She's got all the space she needs now, anywhere that isn't here. That's your apartment. You can't just lock her out. That's illegal. Actually, I can. She's not on the lease. Never was. She was a guest who overstayed her welcome. Her mom went off. How cruel I was, how her daughter gave me 2 years of her life, how I owed her basic human decency. Let her rant for a few minutes. Did she mention why her stuff is at this guy's place? Silence. Because she told me she was spending the night there at another man's apartment, while in a relationship with me. So if we're talking about basic human decency, maybe start with your daughter. Click. She hung up. Monday afternoon, got a call from my apartment complex office. Apparently, my ex and her mother showed up claiming a domestic situation and demanding to be let into her apartment. The property manager asked for a lease with her name. They couldn't produce one because she was never on it. Manager called to confirm she wasn't authorized. I confirmed. They got escorted out. Got a text, "I can't believe you're doing this, after everything." Finally replied, "You stayed at another man's place twice and told me about it. What did you think would happen?" It wasn't like that. Then what was it like? No response. But then Tuesday, things escalated hard. She filed a police report claiming I illegally evicted her. 2 cops showed up at my door Wednesday evening. "Sir, we've got a call about a possible illegal eviction." Showed them my lease, only my name. Showed them her texts about staying at dude's place. Explained she was a guest who contributed $400 monthly for utilities and groceries, nothing toward the actual rent. The older cop looked at his partner. "So she told you she was staying somewhere else, and you believed her?" "Exactly." The younger one was fighting a grin. "And you delivered her stuff there?" Seemed like the helpful thing to do. They confirmed I was legally fine since she had no tenant rights. They seemed annoyed they had to come out for this. As they left, the older cop said, "Between you and me, I'd have done the same." Thursday is when the real entitlement started showing. Started getting messages from mutual friends. She'd been telling everyone I violently threw her out with no warning and left her homeless and destitute. Complete victim narrative. Some people were buying it. My college buddy called. "Dude, what happened? She's saying you lost it and kicked her out over nothing. She mentioned spending 2 nights at another dude's apartment and texting me about it." "What?" Sent him the screenshots. Long silence. "Oh. Okay, that's completely different." Sent the same screenshots to 3 other friends who'd been giving me the side eye. The narrative shifted pretty quick. Friday, new tactic. Text from her. "I need my mail. You're legally required to forward it." Actually looked this up. Yeah, you're supposed to forward mail, but she never officially changed her address to mine. Everything still went to her parents' house. She just had occasional packages delivered to my place. Me. "What mail?" "Everything goes to your parents." Her, "My packages, I have stuff being delivered." Me, "Give me a forwarding address." "I don't have one yet." Not my problem. She tried another angle. "I have important stuff in that apartment, things I need." Like what? "My grandmother's necklace." This was hilarious because she'd never mentioned any grandmother's necklace in 2 years. Describe it. "It's silver with a blue stone, really important to me." "I'll look." I didn't look. There was no necklace. Monday morning, my landlord called directly. "Hey, weird situation. Woman claiming to be your girlfriend called saying you're subletting and she wants to take over the lease." Almost laughed out loud. Not subletting anything. She's an ex who was never on the lease, trying to cause problems. Figured. She also asked about your lease renewal date? My lease was up in 3 months. Suddenly had an idea. Actually been thinking about moving. Might not renew. Sorry to hear that. You've been great. Thanks. I'll give proper notice if I do. Didn't tell my ex this. Let her think she had time to find some loophole. That night, started seriously apartment hunting. Found a nice 1-bedroom in a different neighborhood for $1,850. Actually cheaper. Put in an application. Wednesday, her brother called. Family was really mobilizing. "You know she's couch surfing, right? Sleeping on friends' couches? You're really gonna do her like that?" She told me she was staying at another guy's apartment. Believed her. That was 1 time, 2 times, whatever. She's sorry. She's sorry she lost free housing. That's different. You're really throwing away 2 years over this? She threw it away when she disrespected our entire relationship. I'm just accepting reality. No wonder she looked elsewhere, man. You're cold. Have a nice day. Blocked him when he kept texting. Thursday, mutual friend dropped some info. My ex and Jim Bro were officially dating. Posted on social media and everything. Less than 2 weeks after getting caught. The comments were gold. People asking, "Didn't you just break up with me?" And, "Wow, that was fast." Her response to one comment, "Sometimes you don't realize what you have until you're free to explore it." But also confirmed what I knew. This wasn't some drunken mistake. She'd been planning her exit strategy, just needed me to fund it a little longer. Got approved for the new apartment Friday. Move-in date in 6 weeks, right before my current lease ends. Told my best friend who's helping me move. No one else knows. Ex keeps texting every few days asking to talk things through. Haven't responded in over a week. Update 2. Been about 2 months since I changed those locks. Things got so much worse before they got better. First, her texts evolved into this escalating pattern of manipulation. Week 1 to 2. I miss you so much, and we can work through this. And please just talk to me. Week 3 to 4, you're being immature, and real men communicate, and this silent treatment is emotional abuse. Week 5 to 6, I deserve closure, and you owe me a conversation, and I'm not going away. Week 7 to 8, I know you're still at the apartment, I've driven by. That last one was genuinely creepy. She was stalking my building, but she had no clue I was quietly moving out. Been taking stuff to the new place in small loads over several weeks. Clothes, books, kitchen stuff. Nothing obvious missing if someone glanced through the windows. My lease was ending in 2 weeks, and she had zero idea. But remember how I said things got worse? Buckle up. Week 6 brought a new level of crazy. She somehow got my boss's email and sent him a message about my erratic behavior and mental health crisis. Said I'd suddenly become violent and unstable, and she was concerned for my coworkers' safety. My boss called me into his office. I'd been at this company for 6 years, never had a single issue. He looked uncomfortable. Got a weird email? Want to explain? Told him the whole story. Showed him the texts about her staying at another guy's place. Explained the legal eviction thing, the cops confirming it was fine, all of it. He sighed. Figured it was something like that. She painted quite the picture, though. Said you were spiraling and making threats. The only threat I made was to my own living situation by changing my locks. Just document everything, okay? Cover yourself. People get vindictive during breakups. No kidding. Week 7, her mom showed up at my apartment again. Different tactic this time. Brought tears instead of anger. Watched her through the doorbell camera. Didn't open the door. Please, she said to the camera. My daughter is struggling. She's depressed. She's not eating. You were together 2 years. Don't you care about her at all? Spoke through the speaker. She made her choices. I made mine. She made a mistake. One mistake. You're really gonna punish her forever? It wasn't one mistake. It was a series of choices showing complete disrespect. She can deal with the consequences. What if she does something drastic? What if she hurts herself? That'll be on your conscience. And there it was. Emotional blackmail. If you're genuinely concerned about her mental health, get her professional help. Not my responsibility anymore. Her mom started screaming. Called me every name in the book. Neighbors came out to see what was happening. Had to call the cops myself to get her removed from the property. The cops recognized my address from the previous call. Same older cop showed up. Sir, we've been here before about your ex-girlfriend, right? Yep. Now it's her mother refusing to leave. He went outside, talked to her mom. Came back shaking his head. She's leaving, but she's threatening to sue you for emotional damages to her daughter, just so you know. Let her try. I've got everything documented. Week 8 was when Jim Bro entered the drama personally. Got a DM from him on social media. Yo man, you need to back off. Stop ignoring her messages. She's going through a lot because of you. Be a man and give her closure at least. This is getting ridiculous. The dude who was sleeping with my girlfriend was lecturing me about being a man. The irony was unreal. I replied, you wanted her. You got her. Now you deal with her. She's your problem now. Good luck. His response, why you gotta be like that? She cares about you, bro. Just give her some money to get on her feet. It's the right thing to do. Wait, money? Let me get this straight. You're dating her now, but you want me to give her money? Just to help her transition, man. She's struggling. Struggling because she lost free housing after cheating? Yeah, that's called consequences. Ask her about those. You're really gonna be that petty? Over what, like $2,000? $2,500. He literally put a price tag on it. Not happening. Lose my number. Blocked him immediately. But this is where it gets absolutely wild. Week 9. I did my final walkthrough of my old apartment with the property manager. Place was immaculate. Got my full security deposit back, $2,500. All my stuff was already at the new place. Old apartment was empty. Lease officially ended in 3 days. That same day I get a text from my ex. We need to meet. Face to face. I'm not asking anymore. Tomorrow, coffee shop on Main Street, 2 p.m. Be there. The audacity of this woman to make demands. Didn't respond. She texted again, if you don't show up, I'm coming to your apartment and I'm not leaving until we talk. Oh, this was perfect. I replied, fine, tomorrow at 2. Didn't show up, obviously, but I did drive by the coffee shop around 2:15. Saw her sitting there, all dressed up, checking her phone constantly. Drove past and went to my new place. She texted, where are you? Changed my mind. Not interested in meeting. I've been waiting here for 30 minutes. Okay. You're such a jerk. Cool. She tried calling. Didn't answer. She called 6 more times. Sent to voicemail. Then came the text that made me actually laugh out loud. Fine, I'm coming to the apartment. We're settling this today. Go ahead. 20 minutes later. Why is there furniture in the window? Did you redecorate? Oh. The new tenant had already moved in early since I'd left early. Nope. Whose stuff is this? New tenants probably. What? Moved out. Lease ended. Didn't I mention that? The phone started ringing immediately. Declined. Rang again. Declined. Then the texts came rapid fire. You moved? Where? When were you going to tell me? I had stuff there. Where's my stuff? You can't just leave without telling me. Replied to just one. Your stuff left with you the first night you told me you were staying at his place, and I don't owe you my forwarding address. Enjoy your life. Blocked her number. Blocked her mom. Blocked her brother. Blocked Jim Bro. Blocked anyone who might relay information. Final update, 4 months since changing those locks. Time for the final update, because this story just keeps giving. So after I moved and blocked everyone, things went quiet for maybe a week. Figured it was over. Week 2 after the move, got a letter delivered to my new apartment. She somehow found my address. Not hard, I guess. Probably hired one of those address lookup services. The letter was 6 pages. 6 pages. Handwritten. Absolute manifesto. Highlights included how our love was meant to be and I was throwing it away out of pride. A detailed list of everything she'd sacrificed for our relationship, mostly things I'd never asked her to do. Accusations that I was controlling and manipulative for. Changing my locks after she cheated. A demand for $3,000 to help her get back on her feet since I'd ruined her life. Threats to tell everyone the truth about who you really are. Ended with, I'll always love you even though you've broken my heart. The cognitive dissonance was absolutely stunning. Took photos of every page for documentation and tossed it. Week 3, the tell everyone the truth threat became reality. She posted this long social media rant about financial abuse and being trapped in a controlling relationship and how I kicked her out with nothing. The post went semi-viral in our social circle. Lots of sympathy comments, lots of "OMGing, that's terrible and you deserve better" responses. Watched it for a day, then dropped the nuclear option. Posted the screenshots. All of them. Her texts about staying at dude's place, the timeline, everything. With a caption, since we're sharing stories, here's the full one. She spent 2 nights at another man's apartment while we were together. When I changed the locks to my apartment that only I paid rent on, she claimed abuse. Decide for yourself. The comment section absolutely erupted. People who'd been sympathetic turned on her instantly. Her own friends started questioning her in the comments. Someone tagged Jim Bro asking if this was about him. She deleted her post within an hour. Too late though, screenshots live forever. Her mom commented on my post, "You're a disgusting human being for publicly humiliating my daughter like this." I replied, "She publicly lied about me. I publicly corrected the record. That's called accountability." Her mom kept arguing in the comments until several mutual friends told her to stop. Week 4 brought the best intel yet. "Remember Jim, bro?" Mutual friend told me he'd kicked her out. Apparently living together in his apartment wasn't the romantic dream she'd imagined. He got tired of her mess, her constant drama, her not contributing financially. Sound familiar? She was back living with her parents. An hour outside the city, the commute she'd been trying to avoid. Week 5. I ran into one of her coworkers at the grocery store. We'd met a few times at work events. "Hey, how've you been?" "Pretty good, actually. You?" "Good, good. Hey, sorry about everything with X. That situation sounded rough." "Yeah, it was what it was." She leaned in. "Just so you know, the whole office knew something was up." She was always talking about Jim bro, showing people his Instagram, taking long lunches with him. We tried to tell her she was being obvious, but shrugged. "Appreciate you telling me. You handled it better than most would have." She thought she was being slick. Week 6 got one final attempt at contact. A mutual friend, someone I barely knew, texted me, "Hey, X wanted me to pass along that she's really struggling and could use some financial help. Even just a few $100s would help." The entitlement was insane. She made her choices. She can deal with the consequences. Don't contact me about her again. Come on, man. It's just a few $100. You're clearly doing fine. Exactly, because I'm not supporting someone who betrayed me. Tell her to ask the guy she left me for. That's pretty cold. And cheating isn't? Lose my number. Block them too. That was 6 weeks ago. Haven't heard anything since. As for me, life's honestly great. The new apartment is perfect, smaller, but it's mine. No one's clutter, no one's drama, no one's entitlement. Work's been going well, got a raise last month. Been going to the gym more consistently, not for any revenge body thing, just because I have time and energy now. Started seeing someone new actually. Met her through a friend. She has her own place, her own career, her own life. Doesn't need me to bankroll her existence. Revolutionary concept apparently. Told her the whole story on our 3rd date. Her response? "So she told you she was staying at another guy's place and expected you to just accept that?" The audacity. Exactly. One of my friends asked if I felt bad about everything. Honest answer? Not even a little bit. She made every single choice that led to her current situation. She chose to cheat. She chose to disrespect me. She chose to tell me about it like I'd just be cool with it. She chose to paint herself as the victim when reality caught up. All I did was refuse to be a doormat. Changed my locks, moved apartments, blocked her everywhere, and moved on with my life. The revenge wasn't elaborate. It was just letting her face the consequences of her own actions without a safety net. She wanted to keep her comfortable lifestyle funded by me while exploring other options. When that didn't work, she wanted me to fund her transition to her new life. When that didn't work, she wanted me to be the villain in her victim story. None of it worked because I just stopped participating in her drama. That empty parking space at Jim Bro's place when she realized her stuff was there? That locked door when she couldn't get into my apartment? That new tenant in the window when she thought she had time to manipulate her way back? Every single moment she realized she'd miscalculated? Yeah, those were satisfying. But the real satisfaction is knowing I trusted myself enough to walk away from someone who thought I was stupid enough to accept that level of disrespect. To anyone reading this who's dealing with similar stuff, you're not crazy, you're not overreacting. When someone shows you who they are through their actions, believe them. And don't let anyone guilt you into accepting disrespect just because you have history. Life's too short to be someone's backup plan while they figure out if they can do better. Final update. X's mom tried to friend or request me on social media last week. Declined. Not interested. Current mood. Free. Peace.